good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you see this video. If this is your first time of seeing my channel, please subscribe and click on the notification bell to be able to see future videos that will be uploaded on this channel. Today we'll be talking about the topic magnanimity. Magnanimity is the capacity of a person to understand or feel another person's pain or predicament from within their own frame of reference. It could also mean commiseration, spontaneity, attentiveness, responsiveness, individuality, congeniality, amiability, apperception, perceptivity, and solicitousness. In more simpler terms, it is the ability of a person to feel another person's pain from that person's own eye. This causes the person in question to be able to actually feel the pain of the person concerned and therefore provide better solution for that person. This rare and beautiful quality is commonly known as empathy. Empathy is not the same as sympathy. Sympathy involves a person seeing another person's pain from his own point of view. When you see somebody's pain from your own point of view and you cannot truly understand the person's pain, that means that you are just sympathizing with the person, you are not empathizing with the person. Whereas empathy involves putting yourself in that person's shoe and understanding why they are going through that particular situation in which they are going through, in which they are facing. This causes you to be able to understand them better and provide better solutions for those people concerned. In our everyday life, we are always faced with one problem or the other. This causes us to most times concentrate on ourselves alone. This has caused the society in which we live in to over time become an indifferent one. Things are getting harder. Economies all over the world are gradually collapsing. Poverty rate is increasing, especially in developed countries, and all hopes seems to be gradually disappearing. The system of things has caused us to become involuntarily focused on ourselves, even when others are in trouble. Magnanimity is therefore the answer to all these problems. This is because without magnanimity, we cannot feel what others are feeling and we cannot help them achieve a solution to their problem. Magnanimity is the answer. It will always be the answer. So, it is the one, being empathetic is the one quality that makes you completely human. Some people think that they are kind, but in reality, they are not. A boss will always not understand what his employee goes through unless he does the work of the employee himself, and then he will understand. Even a rich man will always call a poor man lazy unless he becomes poor himself. Unless he becomes poor himself and understands that it is not by power but by the grace of God. It takes special grace of God and consideration for someone to become empathetic. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 8 says, "Finally, all of you, be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble." Being like-minded simply means being empathetic. By being like-minded, you have allowed yourself to develop the power of magnanimity. That way you will be able to liken yourself to another person by putting yourself in that person's shoe and understanding the pain and the tribulation that person is going through, and therefore provide better solution for that person. It is therefore important that we become empathetic and compassionate. Types of magnanimity. Number one, cognitive magnanimity. In this situation, it is a situation where we are able to understand what the other person might be thinking in their situation. Example is when we have a friend who just lost his job and he called us he called a person to help him, to console him. But the person already knows that his friend is talented and can easily get the other job, can easily get another job. And what happens then? He will just tell him, just go on, look for another job. That is cognitive magnanimity for you. Number two, emotional magnanimity. In this situation, this is where we begin to apply emotions, where we begin to try to liken ourselves to other people, especially when they are having one problem or the other. This causes us to even hug them as a way to console them, or even give them words of advice as a way to console them. This is emotional magnanimity. Number 3, compassionate magnanimity. This is a step ahead of emotional magnanimity. In this particular type, we are able to go out of our way to help the affected person. If it's about a job, we are ready to help the person look for another job. If it's anything, no matter the tribulation, we are able to help as much as we can to help to draw them out of that problem. Number 4, somatic magnanimity. This is a type that is usually connected by love. When you love somebody so much and something happens to them, even when you are not near them and don't even know that something has happened to them, you will naturally have that feeling. You will have it down your guts that something is wrong with that particular person. This is called somatic magnanimity, because you are somatically connected to that person. Example of somatic magnanimity is found between twin sisters or twin brothers, and most of the time it is found between mother and children. Mothers are the most likely people to have this kind, because when their children are facing tribulations, even when they are not around, they always feel it. They get the signal anywhere they are. Gesticulations or signs of magnanimity. In Luke chapter 10 verse 30 to 36, it talks about a man that was traveling and was attacked by robbers. He was butchered technically and stripped of his clothes and his possessions and left half dead along the road. A priest saw him and overlooked him. Even a Levite saw him and overlooked him. But a Samaritan, commonly known as a good Samaritan, saw him and went out of his way to help him. He even paid for his hospital bills and still came back some days later to still look after this person who he doesn't even know. This is a sign that the good Samaritan was empathetic, which was why he went out of his way to help a total stranger. Therefore, let us look at some signs of magnanimity. 1, people always tell you their problems. When you are somebody, when you have observed in your life that people always come to you for their problems, even some of them most times will forget you and then remember you only when they have problems. That means that you are empathetic. That means that you are their solution. It means that they believe that you can give them solutions that they need. That means that you are empathetic, because you are always there for them anytime they fall into trouble. Number 2, people always come to you for advice. When people always come to you for advice, you discover that whenever you give them advice, it works for them. Even in fact, you don't find it hard to advise people. It's just natural with you. That means that you are empathetic. That means you have the power of magnanimity. And that means that a lot of people's solution, you have been destined to help a lot of people, even from the word of your mouth. Number 3, you are good at catching on how other people are feeling. Even without people telling you about what they are feeling, it is easier for you, especially when they are having a negative feeling, when they are feeling something is bugging them. You can catch on, no matter how much they hide it. You can easily detect it whenever such people are around you. Number 4, you try to help people who are suffering. If you are empathetic by nature, you will naturally when you see people who are suffering, no matter how little you have, you will still bring something off from that little and give them. That means that you are empathetic by nature. Number 5, people, you care deeply about other people. When you discover that naturally you care deeply about other people, you are empathetic. Even people who you don't know, people who are visitors, you still care about them. So now let's move on to the perquisites or benefits of magnanimity. Number one, it helps you to work on your acceptance skills. When you are empathetic by nature, accepting people the way they are is not a problem. You accept them, and then through their lifestyle, communicate to them about what you want to tell them, about what you want to communicate to them about. When you are When you accept them, because all that matters is acceptance. Even when they are under you, you will still be able to live with them. You will still be able to interrelate with them, and that alone makes you easier. It makes it easier for you to live with as many people as possible. Number two, it boosts your self-esteem. When you know that you are good to people, you are always happy about yourself. It gives you a positive image about yourself, and when this happens, it increases your self-esteem, because you know in your heart that out of 100 people, you don't have much enemies. Your enemies are little compared to your friends, because people love you. They have discovered that you're a good person, and so you have a positive self-esteem of yourself. Number three, it helps you to help others. When you begin to help others, when you are empathetic in nature, helping others also comes naturally with it. No matter the little you have, you are able to help other people even without thinking, because you have been given the spirit of empathy. You have been given the spirit of magnanimity. Number four, it helps you to know others better. When others interrelate with you and discover your power of empathy, they begin to open up to you. You begin to see them in their bright light. You begin to see them for their better selves. They cannot hide who they truly are to you, because they are too comfortable to you. So in other words, it makes you to know them better. And then number five, it improves your relationship with other people. When people start opening up to you, naturally your relationship with them will become better, because they don't have anything to hide from you. They only wish well for you, because you have first of all shown them goodness. Matthew chapter 5 verse 7 says, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy." God has been merciful to us all our lives. He has been empathetic with us. His mercies are limitless, which is why we should extend such to others. Most times, we ignore our colleagues, our neighbors, our friends, our relatives, because their problems don't concern us. We later regret that we would have helped them when it is already too late. Empathy is the most essential quality of civilization, and the purpose of human existence is to serve and to have compassion and help others. Being empathetic is the key ingredient to making the world around you a better place. Empathy, when you develop your power of empathy, the whole world begins to open up to you. You understand others better, and therefore provide solutions for them as much as you can. So my brothers and sisters, it is time we begin to understand other people's pain. It is time we begin to view other people's pain from their own point of view. It is time we begin to become less judgmental of other people. It is time we develop our empathetic abilities so that we can make the world a better place. Thanks, and God bless.